Good morning and namaste, my friend, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac weather. My name is Christopher Witecki. I am the sensei to Sirius joy, here to stand in my heart and walk in the light. Such an honor and privilege to light walk with you. I'm love casting live in 5 dimensions in this beautiful temple of Gaia on Friday. Thank goddess it's Friday. Friday the 13th, 2015. That cool vibration. And I believe it will be a little shaking up going on today. That is because step 24 rules the day. Now in step 24, we will get a glimpse of what I call utopia, right? Where you are feeling it. This might be for a moment in a song while you're driving down the street, and ideally it might be a scene in your day at least, a part of the scene. It may be a private moment with yourself, but it is a glimpse of your future and a glimpse of the feeling that the future brings. This is extremely important when it comes to light casting our reality. And if you watch this show and you are alive right now on the planet, you are a forefather or foremother of the new age. You are a pilgrim to a new way of living. And the only way I can give you as a metaphor to this is during the American Revolution, where you had colony people who are colonists, that all decided unanimously to become a nation. I believe that is what we will experience, and I believe today you'll get a little view of what your role is and where you belong in that innovation, because it comes from whatever we personally have to offer that's innovative. And we all have something, because we've all been on this earth many cycles and circles. But before we dive into all that architecture, let's first tame our brain, shall we? With the phrase of the day. I feel my passion. Let's rock this LOVEFest. Amen. Now, by LOVEFest, I mean whatever it is you are loving and turn it into a festival. Whatever that vision is. Whatever that passionate vision is, that's your LOVEFest. And you can say rock this LOVEFest, and that will basically encompass everything you love. Right? In festival style, as it should be, with the royal red carpet. But today you want to feel your passion and get your own self like, wow, I'm very excited. I'm so excited to do what I want to do and be who I want to be and become what I want to become. That's our passion. So let's rock this LOVEFest. In other words, let's throw ourselves into the mix and see what happens. Now, to me, a very good metaphor for the age of Aquarius is much like an international jazz festival. Where everyone brings an instrument from a background all over the world, and with a common beat, everyone can be who they are and jazz in, and it will be beautiful, right? We all know that. This is the same thing. And in order to show up to this rock concert, we's have to, I don't know where that word came from, we have to feel our passion for one. We have to be able to feel our passion, and that's where we know what we want to share in that passion. And then we got to be willing to rock. We got to be willing to get along with the musicians and jam out in the LOVEFest. And what is the LOVEFest? It is that I love me, I love what I'm doing, and I love being here around you who love the same. To me, that's utopia. To me, that's what we're going for. And to me, if we continue on this path, my friend, up into this staircase of light, I believe our generation will leave the earth in a happy place before we recycle. So I feel my passion. Let's rock this LOVEFest, and so it is. I thought so because I said so, right? I always say I thought so, incidentally, because when you want to cast it off, it's good to put your mind and time ahead and behind it. So that's why I say I thought so. Because I said so is always when you're putting your energy down and say, and make it so, right? Step 24 rules the day, and the architecture of our incarnation is as followed. We, in the first dimension of our mind, mind, body, spirit, in the mind. Be mindful of what you feel you are becoming. So I feel I'm becoming this, right? And then we embody where we belong. So I feel I'm becoming this, and I am embodying where I belong. I'm wearing like a coat, wearing like clothing where I belong. That's what the embodiment is. And when we put that embodiment into action, it manifests the third dimension, which is spirit, and that is the opening of receiving. So at this point, we open to receiving. We're able to receive. And, I typically say step 6 is giving and receiving, because in the first 2 decans, it is giving and receiving. By the time you hit the master vibration and you're hitting a 6, when you are the party performing the 6, this like spiritual chord, you just feel the receiving. You're way out of touch with what you're giving. You're just like, in your own passion. The audience all may be like, amazing, but the artist is actually feeling and receiving, and a lot of artists actually have issues with that receiving, and that's where they close off their loop, is they can't receive so much passion from the universe. You got to have that whole solid architecture behind you. So we are becoming what we feel. We feel we are what we're becoming. I think I'm still tongue-tied. And we're going to embody where we belong, and by embodying where we belong, we're going to be open to receiving that what we deserve and what we have been manifesting. So let's see how the colors are spinning about this, eh? Spinning up in the most powerful way is our third chakra, which is yellow. You can wear yellow, by the way, or put yourself in a yellow environment to balance this out if you're ever having a panic attack. And this is I feel I am becoming. I feel I am becoming where I belong, is what I feel I'm becoming. I am becoming where I belong. You can see how the energies now are twisting off to manifest the conscious balloon out into the matrix. And then, of course, this opens up our giving and receiving. So when we feel that we are on the right path, we can trade. We can give and receive. This is the architecture of how our soul's kind of built. That's what I'm starting to understand myself as I go through these. And so we can open up our giving and receiving. We're open to giving and receiving. Your Step 24 personalities are always phenomenal artists when you meet them. They're on a way different wavelength depending on what sign they're Step 24 inside. But today, your throat chakra is putting out the vibrations. And just so you know, if you don't say it, it still goes out telepathically to the world, right? And so it is. So be sure to walk out of the house with grounding your root chakra, connecting your root, visualizing red to the center of the earth. Breath work that releases all of your angst, anger. For me, it's always impatience. It's like, so hard to hold myself back. I feel like, a whole team of horses. And I'm a Step 18, though, so I vibrate 9, and I'm ready to always, releasing all that kind of anxiety. And you want to clean the windshield, basically. That's your crown. And make sure that there's no prejudice to how it will turn out, that it is unlimited possibility, that, it is not what your family has done, it is not what has been done in the past. It is who you are and becoming, and there is nothing but you that can hold you back. That's cleaning your windshield, making sure that you're not filtering, out your possibilities. So let's look at the cosmic clock now and look at the timing of things, shall we? Here we are at the cosmic clock, and we have progressed to Step 24, Aquarius. Now, Mercury is direct, not retrograde. Almost want to say retrograde there. Mercury is direct, but still hanging out Step 1, which means our minds are most mindful of our heart first. Good. Thank Goddess for that, right? That's, in some ways, our thoughts ground us. So be mindful of your heart and what your heart is telling you. If your heart wants this, listen. Try giving it to your heart. You might find that was the key it needed all along. Now, the moon is in Sagittarius, so we are emotionally feeling where possible beliefs may go. In the last 24 hours, as the moon crossed Saturn, it was a release of old dogma. It was a release of self-limiting beliefs. It was a release of emotions tied to times it went wrong, or times we were ignorant, or times it didn't work out. So we were kind of releasing in the last 24 hours. Now that Sirius Saturn is off our back, we're going to emotionally kind of project into the unlimited possibilities of where this yellow brick road may fall. On top of that, God blesses us with a soul pyramid. A soul pyramid is a grand trine in fire. Now, fire makes up the fourth dimension, by the way. I'm understanding that fire is really time, and really time is influenced by fire. The other three are three-dimension as we know it in the other realm. But the Grand Trine says, hey, this is where time can speed up or slow down. We can manipulate time here, and it's by adjusting the gasoline in our soul, which is the passion. So the universe opens up the passion today with this Grand Trine, which means all three fire signs, all three passionate parts of ourself, say that 3 times, Peppermint Patty, are going to all come together into a harmonious kind of chord. And that is also kind of a stretching point. This calibrates these 3 sides of our life. And so at the top, I'm going through puberty. At the top, the moon in Sagittarius is exploring our emotional philosophical future. Here, Uranus at step 13, on Friday the 13th, but it's actually been at 13 for a while. 13 is where what happens? Well, the 3 is our belief structure. So 13 is all about taking the belief and running with it. So our ego development is taking the belief and running with it. What belief? Well, probably the belief that the moon is passing down there, the latest and greatest news from the king as far as what we're believing now. And then the third part of the triangle, whoops, wrong button, is Jupiter, which is retrograde, but it's step 16, Leo. So Jupiter is our heart, and our heart is the sun. Jupiter is in Leo, which is our heart, and Leo is the sun. So Jupiter is expanding, basically Leo, which is our heart, and it's expanding it's step 16, that comes down to God. But notice the 6, today we end up giving and receiving. So if you hit that third dimension of 6 where you open up to receiving, that kind of trines in, that brings in then the Jupiter energy on that channel and kind of lights up the trine. So in other words, when you can open to giving and receiving this weekend and things are flowing, if they're flowing with this vendor and not that vendor, if they're flowing with this family member and not that family member, the fact that it's flowing and lights up your passion is a very important sign and detail that you should pay attention to in all these areas. Pay attention to where your beliefs were, pay attention to where you're feeling strong or not feeling strong, and pay attention to what your heart was saying to you, which is what Jupiter is trying to get online before it ends its transit here at the end of this coming summer. All right? So moving in our conscious ladder over the weekend, we're at step 24 today, so we're basically opening up to receiving from all of the possibilities that we have been laying down. Tomorrow on Saturday, or Saturn Day as I like to say, the moon is in Sagittarius for part of the day and then shifts into Sirius Capricorn, Saturn Sirius Capricorn. And the step is step 25, which comes down to God. So you want to be very mindful of your feelings all day Saturday. Don't put any responsibility on your shoulders, I would say, Saturday. It's a waste of time. All right? Put the responsibility on Sunday. Because on Sunday, the moon will be in Capricorn, Sirius Capricorn. Step 26 comes down to the decision, a decision, right? And what is step 26? It is our feeling, step 2, plus our giving and receiving. So the giving and receiving that we discover today becomes the evidence of the commitment on Sunday. All right? And if you were like, I didn't get any getting and receiving on Friday, okay, that says a lot. You know what I mean? So pay attention to that. That's not the way it's supposed to work. You were supposed to receive somewhere, if nothing else from yourself, if nothing else from God in that sense. Like, oh, hallelujah, in that sense. So this is the weekend, my friend, opening up, listening to God on Saturday, and giving and receiving on Sunday. Okay, so let's move on to our Sensei Sunrise. So today I thought I'd kind of change gears a little bit. We've been super serious and learning the last couple of days in the Sensei Sunrise. Today I'm going to give you my favorite Aquarians. Because over the weekend we're all committing to a vision, some sort of vision quest of where we believe we belong. And I thought it would be really nice to look at some of the most amazing Aquariuses. And these are my favorite Aquariuses, just Christopher Witecki's favorite Aquariuses, looking through time and their step numbers. And I'm going to start with my number one favorite Aquarius of all time, Abraham Lincoln. This guy was a genius and a Grandmaster Step 22 Aquarius. You'll find a lot of incredible people in time and history are Grandmasters of their sign. They pulled it off. In his case, the 2 plus the 2. Being able to ride on top of 2 sets of emotions or 2 sets of people. So like the feelings of the North and the feelings of the South. Or the feelings of the whites and the feelings of the blacks, or the feelings of the poor and the feeling of the rich. He could ride all those emotions and hold it all together. That's why he was absolutely amazing as an Aquarian. And, of course, holding true to his vision of the United States remaining united. Very, very powerful, right? Now, here's another Aquarius that's interesting to me, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. a step 6 Aquarius. Now, whenever you see the 6, they're usually an artist. And so this is a artist who could channel pure genius from the high Aquarius vibrations. And literally it was just automatic. Probably an alien. Rosa Parks. Now, whenever I see a step 15, I always say, they're a peacemaker. And they are. Whenever it's step 15, it's a peacemaker personality. So indeed, Rosa was a peacemaker. 15 means that you are 5 mindful of the 1, which is when you're mindful of the heart. When you're mindful of the heart, you naturally are a peacemaker. And you see a lot of major peacemakers like Gandhi and others with step 15s or adding to a 6, the ability to give and receive to anyone, which is what's so beautiful. George Burns, one of my favorite Aquariuses, who innovated and showed us just how far life could go and how much we could laugh. Actually born January 20th, 1896. Oh my goddess, right? And he's a step 29 Aquarius. Now, step 29 is always a master, a grandmaster as well. So you can be a grandmaster 4 ways, as far as I'm concerned, in the whole step astrology. And whenever someone is a step 29 of any sign, they've grandmastered that sign, and they're really holding it. It comes down to 11 and a compound 2. So this man truly was a grandmaster, obviously, of comedy, our hearts, and also the body. Then Bill Maher, also step 29, has the same birthday as George Burns. Much younger, though, of course. And also a master Aquarius. And interestingly enough, been a very, very important note. I mean, done really a genius job with politically incorrect, and his HBO series. I think all of his work has kept America staying open-minded about how it can be dumb, you know what I mean, and keeping us open. So I am very grateful for his work too. One of my favorite Aquarians. Another favorite Aquarian, Chris Rock, a step 18 Aquarius. And the interesting thing about step 18 is you can see it in his routine. Step 18 is a Mars rule. So he has already contemplated and decided certain things before he gets out there. And then he's all about delivery. And if you watch him, he is like, like he's very Mars and very, energetic that way. The Aquarius meets the Mars, kind of a firecracker, kind of energy. So I love Chris. Obviously, his comedy is genius. He is 50 right now. Wow. He just looks fantastic. Franklin D. Roosevelt, another favorite Aquarius, and a step 10 Aquarius. What is step 10? Step 10 is someone who can manifest. And boy, did he. Just about the entire modern infrastructure of the United States, he manifested and made sure it was built. Step 10 is Taurus. So you have a Taurian Aquarius that builds. Dams, bridges, parks, you name it. Even a monument in his honor, right? So interesting there, and one of my favorites. And then finally, it has to be said, of course, Oprah Winfrey, who is a step 9 Aquarius. So in a way, she's like Chris Rock. But she's vibrating at a more purified 9. So she's actually more aggressive, I'd say, than Chris Rock. And that means that she's really excellent at holding it back, I think is what we see, which is good. So I would say, do not piss off Oprah. Is what I'm saying. Is like, as her astrologer, is like, don't piss her off. That 9 is ready to snap if, like Chris Rock, if you're not careful. So I thought that would be a little fun mind candy for you in the Aquarius vibration. Now, if you are a subscriber to Sirius Joy, my personal sensei service, today at 11:11, I'm going to text you what sign you are working to become. We have elements in the chart that point to what sign we are working towards, and I'll give you where you're I'm going through puberty. I'll give you what sign you're working towards so that you can kind of calibrate that with your vision. And then at 3:03 p.m., I'll give you an Astro Fortune cookie, and this is a note from God, literally a note from God based on an element in your chart, which is literally a place where God is pointing the way for you to go. Both of those you can expect today in your texts. And if you would like to try our Sirius Joy service, we have a beta service starting in April where you'll get a free 7-day trial, no credit card required. You just put in your date of birth and information and verify your phone. And at the end, if you want to subscribe, you can. So we don't even ask for a credit card. So come on down to register. Make sure you have your date of birth information and your time of birth, and you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to do some cool stuff there, so just telling people way ahead of time. Okay, when we come back, I have your Zodiac weather and rock and roll gospel after this.
What's the difference between lust and love? We get them confused. You know, we talk about love and we date, but what does it really take to find love? I can tell you. Introducing Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. You send us your date of birth, we send you a custom video that's all about you. The biggest problem usually is people choose the wrong person. Not anymore. Find out your birthday secrets today. Available online at secretsofbirthdays.com.
Welcome back to Namaste Today, and now for our rock and roll gospel. I believe there are 3 ingredients to serious joy. The first is love, the second is laughter, try to laugh, and the third is song. Try to sing a song, something that brings up the heart and brings up the vibration. And here in Aquarius, we're looking at groups that made a difference, especially groups that had an innovative kind of vibration to them, and today it's appropriate for America, particularly the song A Horse with No Name. I love this song. It takes you into the desert, doesn't it? It's so cool. That's one thing I like about this era of music, was that it really took you somewhere in your mind, really took the power of your own imagination into the song. And this one is an awesome one. And it's by, of course, America, which we're down to these 3 gentlemen here. And I thought it was appropriate with all of our America talk. So keep playing after this video. If you're on our mothership of light, soulgarden.tv, or if you're on the YouTube playlist, you'll have this next in the playlist. But before you listen to A Horse with No Name, let's take a look at the moods of each of your brothers and sisters today. And I'm going to help you with what you are manifesting. Now, one of the things I didn't mention is that Jupiter corner, when your heart gets involved, because Earth is there, we begin manifesting that. So that trine of passion will do some manifesting. Manifestation means you see the tangible results. Light casting is you're setting it out there to come one day and be manifested. So you're going to see some tangibles in the following. Let's start with the Scorpios. Step 0, sunny and productive today. Pretty pensive through the weekend. But you're going to now see that you are trailblaze manifesting career and legacy success now. And take it. It's yours. Step 1, the Leos, sunny and childlike, and then hyper-aware for the rest of the weekend. But you are trailblazing and manifesting your celebrity and personality. So that shiny part of you that makes you so bright, that's what you are manifesting right now, a new one. Step 2's the Cancers, sunny and alert today. They'll be sentimental through the weekend. But you are now trailblazing and manifesting soul capital. That is spiritual self-confidence, which turns into money, moolah. Step 3, the Sagittarius is sunny and cool today and productive through the weekend. But you are now trailblazing and manifesting life purpose and real meaning in your heart, which is everything to a Sagittarius. Step 4, the Aquarians, sunny and social for the next 24 hours, then going into their inner self through the weekend. But you are now trailblaze manifesting long-term unions and support. You know, so a lot of Aquarius is actually in committed relationships and it's working. They were the cliche bachelor and bachelorette until most recently. See, astrology does change. Step 5's the Geminis, sunny and sentimental today, then randy or private through the weekend. But you're now trailblaze manifesting some profound ideas and some profound connections to people with more ideas. So you are networking, basically. Step 6, the Libra, and sunny and chit-chatty today, over the weekend nesting and resting. But you are now trailblaze manifesting social success and a title that your heart actually wants, right? I think Libras have compromised a lot in the past. Step 7's the Pisces, sunny and professional today and social through the weekend. But you are now trailblaze manifesting a new lifestyle that you enjoy. Notice the spelling of that. It's not an accident. Step 8's the Capricorn, sunny and spiritual today, but they come out to play over the weekend. You're going to now trailblaze manifest self-trust and the transformation, the makeover from the inside out that you've been working on for so long. Step 9, the Aries, sunny and passionate today, and then kind of professional through the weekend. But you're now trailblaze manifesting your personal dreams and in some cases, true love. Step 10's the Taurus is sunny and secluded now and kind of pensive and philosophical through the weekend. But you're now going to trailblaze and manifest lifelong emotional security. So really starting to ground in a moo way. And then the Virgos, the step 11, sunny nesting and resting today, but childlike through the weekend. It's now time to trailblaze and manifest an inner faith, an inner rock that you have, and your personal miracles. So I think Virgos are going to do some miracles, and they are set up to do miracles as soon as they let go and allow it to happen. All right? So looking at our Lightwalker Parade, couple things. First, the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. That's the kindest thing you can do. It helps us with our relationship with them. And on Facebook, you can be our friend by going to soulgarden.me. And you can join our email list at soulmart.me, where you can get an email from me in the morning and say, hey, namaste. And it's not too late to get a Secrets of Birthdays Love and Lust report for just $19.95. I will tell you all you need to know about you and or the person. Makes a great little Valentine's Day gift. Come to soulmart.me or secretsofbirthdays.com for that. And today I am on the radio. It's going to be fun. I think this is called Crow Call, crowcall.com, like rollcall.com, and I'm going to be the guest of Dan Kroll. So I'm looking forward to that. You can listen live. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern. Go to their website, and you'll be able to hear. I'll be sending out a text to the people in our network. That is, of course, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Looking forward to talking and meeting new light workers. I'm super excited to network. And you can actually listen to this over the weekend if you miss it. So don't forget the mothership of light is soulgarden.tv. We're here to hold the light for you in case things get a little scary. You can always come to our mothership. We have so many cool things that will just enlighten your way and make you laugh and help you along the way. So we thank you in advance for that. You have a fantabulous weekend. Vision quest with bright light, my friend, and I'll see you on Monday with more. Remember, I love you, and live, love, be.
This is just so ironic.